Okay, this should be up and running. First off, I guess we're going to do a bit of a sound test. Sounds okay? Everything's okay? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me properly. We'll see what's going on. I haven't live streamed in a long time, so I have no idea if everything's set up properly. Let's just hope that is the case. Not seeing any responses. I'm hoping there's some sound going on. Sweet. Okay. Sounds fine. Sweet as a nut. Well, thank you all for coming. I know the servers have been down for hours. I should have really done this ages ago, but it's been a bit of a, like, jumping around, doing some work on the sidelines and stuff like that. So there was a plan to start on a particular server. That particular server was going to be a content creator server for only content creators to interact with each other. But Steam decided to update my game automatically, and now I'm mismatched from that server. And it's just been a bit of a nightmare. So we just picked a random server, so I don't know what's going to happen. And that's probably going to be part of the fun. So we're just going to start creating the character. Make him look a little bit like me. An Asian version of me. Ah, it's almost dreadlocks. It's almost there. Weird little beard. Got my little beard there. It's much better kept than mine. At least he's shaved under the neck. So at least he's got that going for him. Not going to bother with tattoos and stuff because I probably will likely start a new character for the live streaming on the content creator server. Welcome to the chat, Chewy, Mystic Wolf, Sage, Patrick Jacobson, Hun Swan, S666, Anubis, Solo Tango, thank you for coming. So I'm hoping that it's not going to die on me or the server's not going to explode while I'm actually doing it. So just going to confirm if I wrote a character name in there, thinking about too many things at once. Can't type. Let's go. And we're going to start off in Mountains 2. Just going to go see how that goes. Recommended choice. Going to go for classic mode. Choose. Wait for everything to load in. Thank you for the videos you make of the game. Very useful. Not a problem. It actually makes me really happy to be able to help people. This is not the Northern Mountains. Is this the Northern Mountains? Are we actually in the Northern Mountains? I'm sure this is supposed to not be covered in trees. Very strange. Very strange. There's no word on official so far. There's rumors going around all over the bloody place that they've lost all the data and stuff like that, but that is not the case. That I know so far. I've been told that they haven't lost all the data, so I wouldn't have to worry too much about that. There was a little bit of like rumors going around that the world was ending and all of the data was lost off the servers. Let's actually turn on the so I can just click once. Continuous attacks. They did say that it should be up within the next hour or so. So hopefully the servers do go up and I can see if my NPC has died from starvation or not. That's a lot of branches. This server's giving a lot of materials for punching trees. Go get some grass and we'll start crafting some ropes. Worst of the worst, it could be a rollback. Rollback, I wouldn't mind. I'm hoping there's a little bit of rollback. Hello, Glenda, how's it going? I always play official. Like every video you see me on is on official server. We're on 24. We're on a 24 cluster. It's only been out for a week. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if it all got wiped. I am a massive masochist. I really do enjoy starting over on survival games. I must have played 1,000 servers on Ark. More than I can bloody count. And I really enjoyed the beginning process of setting up a base. Because once it gets to sort of the end game where you're all just like cracking on, like, and there's nothing really to do and you're going to be running around. I mean, there will be PvP when I jump to the PvP servers. Because we are currently on a PvP server. But there's not many people left on it. I play official because it's more fun and we can get raided and we can raid. There's more people. And especially at the beginning of the game, when a game first releases, I always like to play the official servers and then eventually I will jump over to private servers. I have been looking at starting my own community server for all of us to be able to play on there. I was looking at prices of servers and it was absolutely mentally high and I can't afford that at this moment in time and my computer is not powerful enough. Say, man, I'm going to hop on one of the new servers, especially with how much I learned. We'll be much more efficient with a fresh start. We were actually talking about doing that as a guild, going over to the fresh server, but that will involve you deleting a lot of deleting your character completely, so you'll lose any progress you've made on your character up until now, as long as you don't mind that. Same thing in Rust, to be honest. 1.5k hours. Always need to start over fresh to get the thrill again. It's true, because once you get to a certain point, you're just sitting there and just doing the same thing over and over again, unless there's a steady influx of new content, which isn't normally always the case. Let's throw up some straw ropes so we can get that crafting, which isn't normally the case when you're like playing a game that's been out for a while. There's not a steady stream of content. Ark was getting content once every 6 months to a year, maybe. The occasional dinosaur added in between. I would love to join. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I mean, it's 80 euros for a single, 80 euros a month for a single 100 player server, and that's not something that I can afford right now. I was going to do it, run it on my computer as a dedicated server, but it just like, my computer can't run the game, run a stream, run videos, recording, and run a server at the same time. So that was a bit of a no-go for the moment. 8.5k hours in Ark. Child's play, mate. Child's play. I think mine's at like 18k. Most of that was just like sitting there online, but... Hello from Australia. If I can't play, I have to make do, watch, learning. Love your work. Thank you very much. I'm glad you find it useful. What else did I miss here? The Zergs are rubber banding the hell out of everything. On our server, we don't have any Zergs. The Chinese came over. A Chinese like company, guild came over. Company, I'm thinking bloody New World too much. They came over, they tried to jump in, we fought them back straight away instantly. They tried to attack our base, they failed, they broke one wall, and our guys were just running around on top of their siege with bronze hammers and sickles and just beating the crap out of their siege from the roof. It was like, it was funny as hell. You have 10k subs, start a Patreon. I had a Patreon before. I had one because I was doing mobile gaming content, and I moved it over to memberships on YouTube. But the memberships on YouTube, you don't get nearly as much of a cut as you do on Patreon. Patreon takes like 5%, whereas YouTube, I can't even work out how much of a percentage YouTube takes off of me for memberships, because it doesn't seem like it is the same thing. CTSG, no. It was a forward force of CTSG. Like, it was not the whole Zerg that came over. It was like HHZ, which is a part of them. But HHZ actually got kicked from CTSG yesterday after losing horribly. So they're now alone as 10 players, and we just completely wipe them every day, which is fun. It's leveling up my physique. No, they actually patched that out. So I'm just running around, just grabbing a few sticks and branches. I need to get some more grass because I want to set up a little base and get that going. Start farming up some hides so I can get better weapons. Honestly, I was just in auto grind mode. I was just punching trees for the hell of punching trees while I was talking. Another start from scratch. Just like playing at level 50 is boring not only for me. It's not boring for me. It's just I can't play my main character, so... And everyone's sitting here waiting. There's not much going on. So I thought, why not just live stream a private server for a couple of hours, get everyone's sort of addiction kept in check for a little while, including my own. What's up, Fawn Cider, my man? How's it going? They need to add pig filtering to stop CCP from destroying the game. That's a bit much. I hope you mean CCP from EVE Online, because they destroyed their own damn game, and I'm pretty sure they'd destroy any game they touch anymore. Europe, North America, South America versus China. That's the way they want it. They want regions to fight regions. They want Europe to fight America. They want America to fight Asia. They want Asia to fight Europe, and all the way around. I never knew you could actually hit trees for wood. Yeah, you can. You don't get much on the official server. Maybe like 1 or 2 branches. This one's a private server, so there's a little bit going on. I actually need to try and collect some more grass. There's a lot of chat going on over here. You can't ever do PvP and PvE, right? Yes, that's the case. Facts, I've been lost since the server's been down. Yeah. I just don't know what to do. Like, I got so much content to make, so many guides to make, and it's just, I just don't have enough time in a day. And with us fighting the Chinese guild that came over, it's been non-stop all weekend, so I haven't been able to make a single video over the weekend until we beat them back on the last fight, and they didn't, like, it must have been their bedtime because they didn't come back, and I was able to actually make a video. So where are we facing? Let's go over this way. Remember, when you're playing these games, always sprint wherever you're going. If you're standing in place and you're doing like punching trees or anything like that, just always jump around. Level up your physique. It levels up your physique, and whatever armor you're wearing, it's always a good thing. What level am I on official? I am currently 45. It says the server is up, but then you can't connect. Yeah, that's because the actual servers are up, but the connection login servers are not up. They're just testing what's happening while our server's up, so they'll be doing some internal testing, and then they'll allow access for the logins. We are a 3-man guild, and we are harassed by big 20 people Chinese guild. What is the best defense in the game? Is it possible to defend? It is 100% possible to defend. We had 3 players versus 15 on the last defense we had, and we just harassed the crap out of them. Get your weapons out, run out naked, punch a few things, jump on top of their battering rams. They can't hit you up there. Jump on top and beat the crap out of it. The bronze hammers, they have enough siege damage to break up battering rams. Ride in, punch up their horses. Run out, punch up their horses. Put a wall at the top of the back of your base. Jump out, run round. Just to harass them until they don't have enough time left to raid your base. Granted, we have masonry walls. We have boulder walls all the way around the base, so it's a lot easier for us, but... I'm here because I randomly, in live, support sexy voices with good gaming content. Thank you, Bad Dragon. Is you Bad Dragon from Eve Echoes? Your guides have helped me immensely, thank you, but I do have a question. How in the heck do you get common fish oil? Can't find info on anywhere. You go and fish, and you go and use the fish. I believe it's in a grinder. I don't do it myself. We have a guy that does the fishing because I refuse to do fishing in any game. I was at the, oh god, what's the bloody word now? The watermark cap in New World, and I still hadn't finished the main quest because I refused to fish. So I didn't even have the tier 5 Azov stuff, and I was at 600 watermark. We're in the middle of building the stone block walls. Is there a door for that big gateway? Yes, there is, but it's the lower level one. So it's going to have, you're going to be using that one until you unlock the metal door. So you have the stone gateway, which comes, the stone gate, which comes with the stone gateway. But at the moment, we couldn't find a door for the boulder gateway, which gives you much more health in that department. A man with principles, I understand, yeah. Best thing is make a base that looks ugly and already raided, nobody will bother you. That is a good way to do it. You can also have a base where you have sort of secret walls, or, for instance, if you're using masonry, the ceilings sit on top of the foundations flat, and they look exactly the bloody same. So you can take a foundation out of your foundations in a square, put a chest down there, stick your most valuable stuff underneath, and then stick a ceiling over the top. No one's going to waste steel weapons breaking foundations. It's just pointless. So you can always keep your goodies in there. What do you know about finding rare horses? Is it totally random? It is not totally random, and I'm actually working with a few other people because it's insane the amount of differences that the horses do have. That their actual looks and their color can determine, and you can see by looking at a horse whether they're going to be rare, fine, heavenly. At the moment we can see that fine horses have longer hair that go either side of their neck, a longer mane with a bushy tail, and they usually have 2 different colors. The spotted ones are usually fine. Then you can go to heavenly, which are always, so far the ones we've found, always one color. They always have long flowing mane but only to one side. They have their tail is either like strapped together for a courser type, which is faster, or it's big bushy for a war type. But that's as far as we saw. What else we got here? What do you know about finding, got the rare horses one. We built clay city walls and clay defense towers. I don't know if that even does something. I also thinking about wolf patrols. See, the clay walls can be broken down with iron weapons, and it can be broken down with iron weapons quite easily. If you go up against a guild of people that have a lot of people gathering and farming, they won't worry about throwing away iron weapons. The XP multiplier, I have no idea. This is a random server I picked because I couldn't play on the original planned server for this, which is the content creator server that one of our content creators created, because the game decided to download a literal like 17 kilobyte patch and made me have a server mismatch, so we couldn't go in there and do it. Oh wow, that's some good info. Been trying to find purple tier or higher horses. If you want 100% at least purple tier horses, go to the desert. The desert, I have never had lower than purple tier taming horses in the desert. They're all really high tier horses. I'm pretty sure it will be the same in the miasma, because obviously the desert's really ridiculously hard to go into. I know it's the funnest to get oil, but I can't find any base fish, only freshwater bass fish, only freshwater and loaches. I'm not a fish expert. I have no idea what a loach is. Again, that's something I haven't done in the game, so I don't know where you'd be fishing for the bass. Is bass a saltwater fish or a freshwater fish? Is this an MMO? No, it's kind of. It is and it isn't. It's a survival RPG, and there are a lot of like MMO aspects to it, but there's only 100 players per server, but every server is attached to each other. You can jump between those servers whenever you fancy it, traveling. So it can kind of feel like an MMO when you're running around on a populated server. Do you need fine reins for the purple horses, or is it the rein after fine? You need the advanced rein for purple horses. That is correct. And then you need the god mode rein for heavenly. By desert, do you mean the area in which it starts to get hot? Yes. So basically, let's have a quick talk about the map while we're here. This area up here with the sort of sandy colored area is all mountains. This area here, all the way across, this is called the mountain region. If you go down to the bottom here, all of this green area, all the way across, down to the miasma, is all forest. This area here is the miasma zone. And then you have more mountain region that goes all the way up around, all the way up to this river and down. That's more mountain region. You have more forest regions going all the way down here. You have the snow region, obviously, where you'll get cold. And this orangey red area that you have going across here, which actually doesn't show the edges of the desert. You go all the way around here, all the way down. All of this area is all the desert. This whole area here, that's all the desert. What's your copper coin farm? Stuck on quests and bandits are only dropping like 100. Bandits drop 100 no matter what level they are. So go to an area with a lot of low level bandits and just one shot all of them, and you'll get the same amount of copper coins as you do from higher level bandits. The gold borders will drop 400 coins. The dragon borders will drop close to 1,000. So it really depends on what you're actually hitting. So I'm going to go past this lake, and we're going to try and head down to this lake. See if someone's probably already built over there, but I want to head to the north of that lake. It's a good starter point because you've got iron mines, copper mines, farms, and everything around this area. So we're going to go set up there. Will you make a complex home building guide video? I will, but would you rather an RP build video where I build houses that I think look nice and are not very PvP defensible, or would you like PvP defended bases? I've designed a couple so far, and we have been attacked several times and never lost a single defense, so I know they work. Can't wait for modding. Modding is going to be absolutely amazing. HK upgrade guild skills on agility. Okay. What's the best way to level up crafting and armoring? Crafting is you basically just always have to sit on the benches. Crafting, you're going to have to do all of your... So you level up crafting when you're building armor and armoring. You level up crafting with weapons. You level up crafting with other certain types. Now, I don't know if crafting counts towards the ingots and stuff, because I haven't really done much of the crafting. We have a guy who lives to craft. His whole reason for being is crafting. So if I started jumping on the benches and crafting, I'd probably get castrated. So I stayed away from it. But if you're going on a station and you're crafting the buildings, so like the guild buildings and the furnaces and the pieces and the foundations, they all count as building and not crafting. It's both. Sweet as a nut. Hello, I saw you had some blue armor. How did you do that? So basically, when you kill NPCs over level 20, you have the chance to get green quenching essences. When you kill NPCs over level 30, you have the chance to get blue, purple, and orange quenching essences. I can't even speak properly. So when you get those quenching essences, you then have to level up your crafting. So your crafting will level up, and when you're doing molds, anything above iron level, when you're crafting those molds, the higher you're crafting, the better chance you will get a crit, and those molds will become green, blue, purple, or orange. When you've done that, you're moving over to the quenching station, and you'll see that the mold is green, blue, purple, orange. When you put them in, it will require the animal fat, the vegetable oil, and a quenching essence, which will make you and allow you to have green, blue, purple, or gold armor. It does count making ingots. That's amazing. I can't sit there crafting all the time. It drives me mental. The kiln gives you building. Yes, because there's the building blocks that are required to make the parts. It's kind of like they've got a web of stuff going on. Some things will level 2 things at once. Some things will level 1. Some things you think that will be leveling your crafting skill, like making bricks and stuff, will level up building. It's just, there's so much going on there. Dun, 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 dun. RP, PvP building, in my opinion. RP PvP is difficult because you can make something look cool depending on what you like when you're crafting stuff. Like I like making towers with a lot of jutting out, where like you can make sort of honeycomb around this. Like when you cross over the squares on the map and you get that lag, it's driving me up mental. Keep up the amazing work, man. Looking forward to the next video. Next video will be tomorrow, and it's going to be a tips and tricks. So it's going to be basically all the things that you might not know about that will help you progress further quicker is what I'm going to work on tomorrow. No chance at common bronze tools then? Yeah, not the bronze tools. The only time I've ever seen a crafted tool go up a tier for green, blue, orange, purple, orange is when they've dropped off of NPCs. It's the only time I've ever seen them. I am not sure if you can craft them to be a better tier by chance. I don't think so. I did start to take fire damage when I was on the Northwest River, just before the desert area starts. The north part of the river is desert area, and there are elephants. Yeah, it's weird, like, because it shows as a different kind of not desert on the map, but you can start getting heat damage after you hit that. Did I run past the bloody thing while I was talking? I did a massive circle. What a scrub. I'm just going to auto run. Auto run. Go. There you go. Have you ever died from a bear, and what's your thoughts on them? I have died from a million bears, and I hate bears in this game more than I hate bears in New World, and that's saying something. Those guys, if you don't have a horse over 800 speed, they're just going to be up your bum, and it's going to be a very difficult time. What should you do to feel comfortable at the desert? So, when you get to a certain level, over level, I think it's 43 that you unlock it, around about 43 that you unlock it, you can build wagons. Those wagons can then have ice containers built on those wagons. The ice container built on there with ice inside it gives an area around the wagon that you will not get heat damage from, and that's the way you go in there. There's no heat resistant armor, but there is cold resistant armor, and there is cold resistance food, and I believe the pea food is actually helps you against heat resistance. Pea soup. Yeah, pea soup, that's the one. Pea soup is the one that helps you against heat resistance. Helps you against it. Gives you heat resistance. But you can build ice containers in your base too. You can build them in your base as well. You can live out there if you want. It's just, it's very difficult to go on long trips in the desert. So unless you're running around with a wagon all the time, but you are pretty much safe there for the longest time. If anyone tries to raid you in the desert, they have to come fully prepared, and they have to come with all these big things like the wagons and stuff that you can easily target with your ballistas and do damage to and kill. And then once you've destroyed them, then people can't attack you. It's actually quite a really good defensible position. The best place to find peas? Now that is a very interesting question. The plains. You go to the plains area and you'll see them. The peas are little plants with purple flowers on them. And the easiest way to find those purple flowers is to actually go into your settings, turn down foliage to none. You won't see any of this grass and trees. You'll only see you see the trees, sorry. You won't see any of the foliage. So when you actually go around looking, all you'll see is nodes that you can farm. So anything that's like graphically beautiful gets deleted off the screen. I only sow 2. The pea seeds are, I believe, as far as I know, soybean seeds and pea seeds have a weird interaction. I don't know if the pea seeds are actually a full 125 peas in the plains. Yeah, the plains is the best place to do it. Would you agree the game is amazing, the mechanics and the idea of mating animals and all, but the interface like the menu and crafting menus and inventory designs are a little cheap? They are. I do believe that is also the case. I'm not the biggest fan of the UI. It's clean, which I like. I like how clean it is, but they do need some work on that. During the early access, I have spoken to the devs about this, and they did say that there will be some changes done to the actual UI closer to the game launch. They're getting the bugs done right now. They're getting all the exploits out of the way before the game officially launches, and they'll hopefully do an overhaul to the UI. Waiting for those custom configs that Arc PvP has run. Yeah. There's a lot of them going around. There is some about, but people are keeping it close to the chest. There's probably a building over here, but I'm going to build on the edge of this lake over here. We're going to swim over it. Actually, while we're actually swimming across, I need to actually unlock some perk points, get the buildings, boom, wooden foundations, thank you very much, wooden support structures, wooden top, wooden doors, blah, 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 wooden ladders, thank you very much, and some walls going on, simple stronghold with a bed, thank you. They're so hard to find and not much of them. Yeah, if you get there just after someone's done it, it's a nightmare. The combat does need a lot of work. It needs some help, especially with certain latency issues that some people might have. It's a bit finicky actually aiming at stuff. Like I can see myself actually hitting things. It may be a ping issue for me personally. I can see myself hitting things and it not actually doing anything. Welcome to Barum. Thank you, Black Opium, for the membership. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Thoughts on the combat mechanics? Finding it difficult to parry taking down higher level elite guys. They hit like hell and hard to parry. Tips. Build a 1x1. Have 2 doors on either side. Get them to chase you into it. Close the door on one side, run around, close the door on the other side. Put a ladder on the side on the top with a hatch. And stab them in the face from the sky. That is the best way to kill those top level elite guys. There's a lot of the west section of the North Mountain area. There are a lot of peas up there as well. But in the so in the forest you mainly get honeysuckle. There's loads of buildings on here. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I do love this spot though. Dun dun dun. I love how hard the game is. The game is very difficult and it can be extremely difficult later on. Like when you get to certain points. And the reason why the game is so difficult is that people do not understand that levels really mean nothing but a little bit of extra HP. If you get your proficiencies up, you'll find the game so much easier. I can 2-shot bears now. I can fight tigers. I'm only 45, by the way. But I've got my proficiencies above 450 on most of the ones that you need. 600s for my main weapon. 600 physique. 600 on the... oh, God. The armor that I'm using, which is heavy armor. And you can actually kill stuff a lot quicker. Can we transfer to PvP server and deactivate PvP until we get geared up? Do you mean transfer to the PvE server? Same as in New World where you can toggle the mode of PvP. On the PvE servers, there is actually a toggle. If you go in the map here and you see this peace button, if you click that, you'll go into competitive mode. So then anyone else in competitive mode on a PvE server can fight you. If it's peace, they can't touch you. So you can move from PvE servers to PvP servers, not a problem. You can go get geared up on a PvE server and travel over to a PvP server and fight people. A lot of the biggest sort of groups and guilds on the game, the PvP guys, have a massive infrastructure on the PvE server for their crafters and gatherers, and they just live on the PvP server and kill people while they funnel stuff over. I think this game is too hard for solos. It can be. If you don't know how to like sort of do the little tips and tricks like fighting wolves, if you stay on their ass, they can't hit you. If you're constantly going around in a circle, strafing around them in a circle, the wolves can't even touch you because they lunge forward. Now, if you're fighting tigers and mountain lions, that's a different story because they have homing attacks. And I hate tigers with a damn passion. Just coming out of bloody nowhere, one shot in my horse. Evil, evil things. Can you explain on a PvP what a player can loot if they kill you? Can they take all your loot off your person? And can they take all the loot in the chests in your base? They can take everything. If you get killed and they raid your base and they open up your boxes, and except they'll take everything. Nothing. They can completely destroy your entire progress on a PvP server. My problem is fighting NPCs. Recently, in the past couple of days, I feel like they've done a massive update to the NPC AI because these guys are blocking all the attacks, they're throwing shields up, they're doing all this mentalness, and like it is different from when I started playing the first couple of days where they didn't have, like maybe it's just because the lower level NPCs don't have a good AI, but the higher level NPCs start implementing more and a more difficult AI, I'm not sure, but fighting these level 40, 50 elites, they're sitting there fighting me like like an actual player. Like it's really insane how good their AI is. They just released an update on the announcement. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look while we're here. Announcements. Let's have a butchers. What we got? Last night we discovered that our servers were maliciously hacked and quickly flooded with millions of fake delete requests. Oh snap. Which caused some players to lose their character data. So that was the issue that some people had yesterday. We have to take down our servers for maintenance to minimize the damage and protect the security of player data. Since it's out of emergency, we didn't fully inform our players, and we are deeply sorry for any inconvenience caused by the emergent shutdown. Our compensation plan will be announced later. After our verification, up to 400 players, including more than 50 players above level 40, lost their player data. I'm glad I wasn't one of them. I would have gone absolutely mental. We are working hard to restore the data, with some accounts of prominent characteristics already being detected and restored. If you find your player data is illegally deleted, please send your detailed information through the in-game message board. We will verify and recover your account ASAP. We've carried out a technical upgrade and added extra account encryption. We plan to start our servers on November 30th at 3:30 AM UTC and further enhance our account protection after the servers are up. Wait, what day is it today? Are we on the 30th yet? We are. Woo! So like an hour. It's going to be up 30 minutes. So they should be up in about 30 minutes. We have contacted law enforcement and inform you of the latest progress. Right, they called the police and everything. Oh, we've got 100 people watching. Jesus, I have never had so. Now you've made me all like conscious of what I'm talking about and actually playing. I've live streamed previously, but I've never had this many viewers before. This is amazing. Thank you guys. Official backup in half an hour, yes. Now, if you want to go solo, just start your own private server and turn the rates up. Yeah, that's true. You can do it that way if you want to play solo. But I even if I'm playing solo, I do like to have some interaction. Even if it's on a PvE server, I like to have some interaction with other players. So I prefer to play at least with other people. But if I finally do start up my community server, so you guys can access that server, I will likely set it up as a PvE server with PvP on the weekends. So everyone can grind up their stuff, get their defenses ready during the week, and then at the weekends they can just ruck it out and fight each other and have a good old time. And then back on PvE for Monday to Friday, and then Friday night turn PvP back on. I'm hoping, and I'm probably going to make it 5-man guilds only. So there's no like big old zergs, and if people are seen to work together outside of their 5-man group, then they'll just kick them. Like I have no qualms about that. I just joined. Police, what for? Did I miss something? Yeah, so the servers last night were maliciously hacked and attacked. They sent loads and loads of delete requests that were not supposed to be there, and accounts were deleted. Can you make your own and bring your stuff to PvE server? No, you cannot make your own and level up there and do all that stuff, because that'll be cheating, because you can actually spawn stuff in. I suppose I should actually just like build something. I'm just standing here running around talking, gathering stuff. But I suppose it's kind of like a question time. So, can I make free? Why can I only make free? What am I missing? Rubble. Let's go punch up something. Let's cancel this real quick. Craft one. Craft. We can't craft another one because I don't have the rubble. It's rubble, rubble, rubble. Stones, stones, stones. My EU PvE is full of Ruskies. Painful. It's just a part and parcel of what happens, man. There are servers that have majority of English speakers. You can find them on the actual Discord. People will tell you which servers are majority English, so if you fancy that, you can go over there. Credit for the devs for getting out in front of it. Exactly. Can you imagine this happened to AGS, Amazon Game Studios? We would have lost all of our accounts, and then they would have said that we wouldn't have found out till a week later that we lost all our accounts. We would have just been sitting there like, guys, what's happening? People hacking and deleting character data sounds like a malicious attempt to remove competition. I wouldn't put it past certain game developers for doing some naughtiness, because this game is starting to get some traction. And it's really, really good. Let's get this on our bar. So if you guys have any questions regarding the game at all, please let me know, because this is kind of like more of a Q&A than actually playing the game. Do you think Bezos was behind the hack? Him himself? Probably not. That dude's too busy trying to build his space mall. I don't think he'll have the time to ruin a server, and I don't think Amazon, the actual company Amazon, they have nothing to do with AGS apart from being the daddy company of the company. I don't think like Amazon wouldn't give a shit if New World collapsed because they make absolutely billions off of an online marketplace. What's up, everyone? What's up, Mind Matt? How's it going, my dude? I tried to get onto your server, man, but there was a server mismatch and it all screwed up. I apologize. I was supposed to be streaming on your server right now, but a 17 kilobyte update stopped that from happening. I'm capped at level 450 recruiting. How do I get past it? Go, if you want, empty your bags into a box. Go press escape. Click this button here. I'm not going to say the word because I'll get demonetized. If you click that word and you go and respawn on the right hand side, if you open up the map, on the right hand side will come a list. If you look at the one that has in brackets, forgotten place, you spawn there, you go into the town, you speak to the skill trainer, you go into, depending on what, say for instance, you want to level up, we'll go into talents, you want to level up your physique. You would go into the options, you would click physique training, advanced physique training, and then you'll click on the physique and you will actually train that. Click confirm. It costs 8,500 copper coins and you need 450 in it to get it. Mining field, the one you unlock in the guild tech, where can I build it? Those get built in collect points on the map. I don't know if I've unlocked any on the server. I haven't. There is one up here that I know of. Basically, there's collect points on the map that look like a sort of a cart, like a wheelbarrow icon. And you build it directly on there. You can't build it anywhere but on that spot. So you have to take the resources to the collect point after killing all the NPCs. You build that guild building on that collect spot. Sorry about that. Feel free to hop in next time if you'd like. No, I will be. I'll be playing on that server definitely, and I'll probably be streaming over there all the time. I don't want to stream on a PvP server because it's gonna ruin my guys' gaming experience with stream snipers and all that sort of crap that goes on. I'm not interested in that. So when I do stream, which will likely mostly be on the weekends, there will be I'll be doing it on your server, Mindmelt. Not an issue. I've seen some videos of creators hitting NPCs and animals where it comes blood. You can turn that on in the settings. When I do, it does not happen. It's in the settings. I don't know exactly where it is. I have it turned off on purpose, again, because YouTube doesn't like certain things. And one of those things is blood, gore, violence, and nudity. Can you go to the top of that mountain on the map with the big giant white mountains? Do you need special gear? You can. There is gear that does protect you from the cold. There is food that protects you from the cold, and you can use a heater on a wagon, or you can stick it on the back of a standard cart, and it will have a little area of effect where it's heated up so you won't die of the cold. That's not an issue. What's up with the official servers right now? The official servers were attacked last night and hacked. There was some stuff going on with deletion of accounts. They're re-upping those accounts. Those accounts are not disappearing. Well, they have disappeared, but they're going to undisappear them. I couldn't think of the bloody word. They're going to undisappear them. That's going to be my word of the week. I'm going to eat some of these bloody cockroaches before I start starving to death. So they're going to re-up those accounts, and they've sort of backed up there. Someone attacked them. It's just literally the case all the time with game launches. Because so many people actually play games, the most bang for a hacker's buck is attacking game servers now. It's just the way that it is with this life. Should you build your main base on a PvE server and branch out a secondary base on a PvP server? That is a massively viable way of doing things. There are a lot of people that are doing that. Some people see it as an asshole move, but man, if it's available to do and it's not frowned upon by the actual game itself, then be my guest. You will lose the amount of resources you get and how quickly your proficiency is level, but you'll be completely safe and maybe trolled by some bellend who decides to put pillars all around your base or like wall in your farm or something like that, because that still happens now. Every time I see or hear Bezos, all I can picture is that dong rocket. That's pretty damn true. Random questions. Those vagrants that spawn in the camps in the plains, can you openly just smack them around for XP? You can kill them all, but you do get... So you do get plus hostility every time you kill vagrants or animals or any kind of NPC in the game. And when you get to a certain point of hostility, then they will start attacking you randomly. You could be out here like me naked right now, punching a rock, and end up with a load of greasy NPCs trying to attack you. Where we are right now, we get attacked by 4 level 40 NPCs. And if you're not ready or half paying attention while you're cutting down trees, it can be a bit of a bloody nightmare. I hope my account has not been deleted. Yeah, no, me too, Bordy. Mate, like, if your account got deleted, I would literally cry into my pillow. Where's my crafter at? The god of... The board in chat right now, that guy is basically the reason why we are so far in our building escapades. That guy is an absolute bloody machine when it comes to literally everything in the game. Like, he just smashes it out. He's had about 4 hours sleep in 3 weeks. Well, the game's only been out a week, but he's had like 3 hours sleep in a week. The US Army does the same, goes PvE on as ex-military. That runs true. That rings home. That rings straight to home. Can you explain what type of wall is better than clay and what level is available? Right, so let's have a look real quick in the crafting recipes. If you go to the second tab along here, building and furniture, it is the stone foundation, and these are available at level 35. Then you have to unlock 36, 37, 38 for the rest of the parts. The stone foundation comes after clay. Then you have metal foundations after that, which are a bloody nightmare to build. Ask Boardy Board. He's doing it right now. I literally never tried since I didn't stay in the plains for longer than 5 minutes. True. Little to no marketing for this game, just hearing about this through you. Honestly, there was no marketing, and I guess that's the only reason why I've blown up so big on YouTube right now, because the amount of actual YouTubers, English-speaking YouTubers, are really low, and they've only just started making content for the game since it's got a lot of traction. I got in there early, started putting guides out, and I got a lot of growth really quickly. And again, I appreciate you guys for supporting me in this. It was amazing. Thank you very much. So you're saying if I kill enough rabbits, I will have herds of rabbits. I don't think rabbits have hostility, but like wolves certainly do. Boars don't have it. Wolves certainly do. Tigers and all that sort of thing. If you overhunt deer, you will get attacked by wolves, etc. Do better walls have more innate siege defense or something? Yes, they do. So let's go in here, go into the building parts. Go to clay walls. It doesn't show the actual stats because it's the only thing that isn't dependent on your building skill when you're placing stuff is the siege. So I believe that clay walls are 35. The masonry walls, the stone walls, they are 50. And then the metal walls are 65. The boulder gateways and all that stuff here, this is all 65. So it takes trebuchets to knock them down. Chameleon, every X amount of NPC of animals killed, their hostility increases. Yes, once you reach this amount of loyalty, it will send NPCs to attack you. That is completely correct. You will increase the rage of wolves and foxes. Foxes, I remember first starting in this game on day 1 and going up and punching a level 1 fox and thinking this is the best game ever. And then all of a sudden, 30 foxes came out of the bushes and murdered me instantly. And I was sitting there just like, okay. So foxes, do not mess with them. That was my original experience. And now I just walk around and punch a fox or sneeze on it and it just drops dead. Where do you find the server info in Discord? What server? For this server that I'm currently playing on. This is just a random server I decided to come on while we're doing question time. About hostility, do the level of wolves ever increase when they attack? It seems to always be level 20 wolves for me. The area you are in determines what level. So if you're in an area where all of the NPCs are level 20, usually you will get attacked by level 20 NPCs. If you venture, even at low level, to higher tier areas, like for instance, this area here is level 40. Not this area here, sorry, it's up here. This area here is level 40, so you'll be attacked by level 40 NPCs when they spawn. If you're in a miasma, level 50. If you're in a desert, level 50. If you're up in a mountain here, 60. So just be aware of that. It's pretty nutty. Achievements icon, it shows you. Yes, it does. What's the best way to get salt? Okay, best way to get salt. Easy question. See the city here? There are salt mines all the bloody way around here. There's a salt mine exactly here. If you're in the forest area, there's a salt mine exactly around here. And it's just the same as every other mine. There's little piles of salt as nodes that you use a hammer on to get crude salt out of. Dun dun dun. Or take control of a salt mine. Yes, that is also true. Prefectures, battles, and the relationship between PvP servers and PvE servers, and tax gain for PvP. So the prefecture battles are against, if I remember correctly, let me just get my naming right. The events, there's no events on the standard server, so I can't see it. I believe the prefecture battle is the one where people can pay in to attack the magistrate. Once the magistrate is attacked, you have to go into a little instant siege battle. You have to bring your own armor, own weapons, your own siege, go in there and fight some people. If you win, you get magistrate. Magistrate then taxes everything that our players do on that server. So if you've got... Excuse me, I had a little bit of drinking too much bloody Monster. So if you're running around here, and every bit of stuff you gather, the magistrate gets copper coins for it in the guild bank. Every time you kill an NPC, the magistrate of your server gets a little bit of coin from that as well. It's everything that you do, you get a little bit of. You can set the tax rate. So some servers have got people migrating out because some of the magistrates are absolute assholes, to put it frankly. What is the ultimate PvP grind goal? Such as in Ark, it was turrets. The grind goal, it's the same, but towers and NPCs. The ultimate grind goal is to get the best NPCs to defend your bases for you. You can stick them around the base, they can run around, they can do some serious damage to players. If you get the best armor on them, that is going to be your defensive, like what you need to work on at the end. The archer towers, the towers themselves, they only fire in a cone angle in front of where the NPC is facing. They're not 360, so you have to place them around your base in the direction that you want them to fire. I'm dying of food again. Starving. Is the tournament system for all 16 servers? That is correct. Prefecture battle. So I didn't know whether it was the prefecture battle that was called which was the knockout tournament style thing where all the magistrates from different servers fight each other. Decide who gets taxed the entire... they get to decide who taxes the entire cluster. That's mental. No wonder there's certain CTSG and like OO and them sort of people are making bank and upgrading their guild like a mofo of like... that's insane. That's really mental. How do you sell or trade horses? You can sell or trade horses on the guild fair. You get the guild fair, press G. It's not actually because I have to create a guild. Let's just create something real quick. Karma, boom. So, guild tech is guild tech, yeah. So, the fair is... Where are you, Mr. Fair? You're here somewhere. I know you are. Ba-bum, guild shop fair. So, the fair is where you can sell to anyone on your cluster. So, you can put stuff up for sale. Warriors, horses up for sale on here. And people will buy them if they're any good. Can you join me on this server? Or, because this server I'm just playing around until the servers come back up at the moment. This is just a random server, twzgaming.net, that I've just been messing around with while I'm talking to you guys. I had the PvP that taxed the PvE in the cluster. This is what I was wondering. Yes, that is true, and I'm punching a rock instead of using a hammer. Hello, Sovereign. What's up, Dr. Magna? Welcome to the stream. Or sell resources to your guild boundary marker for a limited amount per day. Yes. You can go into your guild boundary marker, go to the bottom left of the 6 options and click just use any of the resources. You can't use crafted resources, you can only use base resources. The best one I found so far to get the maximum amount of actual selling to the amount of stuff that you need is honeysuckle. Honeysuckle and resin are both 2 very good ones to use. Put a cheap grass mat down and respawn full health and food. I want to make my NPC to work on my farmland, but don't know how. I understand it is a building you're placing. If you want to go into your buildings, go into crafting recipes, go into this one here at level 38. No, that's not that one there. It's farming. Where's the bloody farming land? It's going to be in this one. Is it this one? God, I can't remember. I unlocked it bloody ages ago. Weapon, armor, tame and recruit, food and medicine. Are you here? No, you're not. Where are you? Someone's going to know where it is. Resin you get from trees, the hardwood tier 2 trees, it drops from them. That's the way, pretty much the only way to get it right now. So you just went up to a tree with an axe. You unlock the basic hut for mining. For that, it's under tools. There we go. I'm under tools already. It's gonna be around here somewhere. There's the well farmhouse. So the simple shed is what you need to put down, and it does sort of an area of effect around there. And you put an NPC on it, and it will deal with any of the crops around that area. Same as the actual the well does the same thing. You stick players on the well. Let's have a look at this base. What we got going over here? I'm forgetting I'm not on a PvP server, so I can't go in here and just ruin someone's day. Wow, this is a proper crafting base. I wish you could just like take their clothes while they're sleeping. Hello, how does fishing work in the game? I always got the lowest tier fish and whatever the bait I use locations to go. I've never fished in the game. It's something I've never touched, so I have no idea. What is the meaning for AI, both animal and man, having a skull marker? Skull is just their level, so that would be... I can't remember what the exact amount is above your level, but if they're like 10 levels above your level, there'll be skull, basically. It just shows that. New says 3:30 on the 30th. Now, guess we down till tomorrow. Let's have a look. There's been no other information given yet. Hopefully it will be up soon. The fact that the farm shed and the mine shed are open to anyone feels rough on PvE. You can only have one of each though. You can't have more than one. So it's like, and you can have more than one mining shed if you go in and you level up your building. Wisdom building. I believe it's here. So you get more mining huts with leveling up your building. So you can get more mining huts. But I believe the farming hut, you can only put one down. Do you know how to craft wood lumber? Wood lumber? Oh, what, the end game lumber? That uses complete wood and a few other things. So complete wood you get off tier 3 trees, and you can find those tier 3 trees. Boardyboard will know exactly where it is. If you're still watching, he'll be able to tell you in chat. But there's an area around here, I believe, that has a lot of tier 3 trees, and that drops complete wood and complete stone. The red banner on your screen has me triggered. Yeah, that winds me up. It happens all the time. Press I to open inventory. You can choose expertise according to the flashing button. Where's the flashing button? What flashing button? That, you know what? That's been up on my actual main account for like days, and I still haven't touched it. I've no idea how to get rid of that thing. I'm actually dying again. New mark on the map. Yeah, but they unlock cheeky Ruskies come along and stick their nose in only thing that you can do in check save log. True enough. You can put a wall around it though. Plan to start our servers on November 30th at 3:30 AM UTC. Yes, that's supposed to be up. It's supposed to be around about now, I believe. In 9 minutes, we're supposed to be up. The dead looking trees are tier 3. Yeah, so the tier 1 trees always look like they've got that live, young, good times. The tier 2 trees, let's see if there's anyone around here. I don't think there is. I think this area is too low level for the tier 2 trees. Tier 2 trees have kind of dead branches up this way on the tree, and you'll see that the actual bark on the tree is scale-like. It's very scaly. See how this is quite smooth? And the tier 3 trees are dead. Expertise pointing to lumbering. Okay, sweet. Crafting recipes. Going to the right bloody thing. Physique. Lumbering. There we go. Flashing icon. Boom. Boom. And it's gone. There we go. Get rid of red flashing. It's gone, it's gone, it's gone. What's up, Lamazona? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I'm hoping the actual servers will be up because we've got a lot of stuff we need to catch up on. I need to place all those metal foundations, metal walls, and metal doors on the first few floors to make it rather more difficult for the Chinese players that are attacking our server to get in. Check daily quest while you're in there. Daily quest, yeah, well, go L, daily quest. Boom. We got kill 8 deer, craft 170 stone arrows, 600 grass. Why isn't it? I've collected loads of grass. Why is it telling me I have to collect more grass? I don't know where to craft it. Like, it's in my inventory, and it has no required building where you can craft it. Basic lumber. Oh, basic lumber, basic granary. You don't build those. Oh, so I forgot you were talking about. You don't build those in a crafting table. You go to a collect point on the map. The collect point is denoted by a sort of oh god, wheelbarrow icon, and you build it directly on those places. God, for a server that's got like 10 people on it, there's an awful lot of bloody building going on around here. Main server up? Are you joking? Pred00. You never don't need grass. I spend like, it's like getting hemp in New World when you're being an outfitter. Like, you just constantly need hemp all the bloody time. No, it's the 30th of November in UTC now. So 3:30 tomorrow would be 30 days of September, April, June, and November. 31. So it'll be the 31st. I had to actually say that in my head. That's how much sleep I've had recently. How to protect such collecting sports walls. Yes. Walls protect everything. Walls protect the world. Do I control the whole collector points forever? What do you mean? You can, unless you're on a PvP server. If you're on a PvP server, people can destroy it and take over it themselves. You have to wall that up. They need to make a plow for the horse. A plow, I don't know, because you can't really plow the ground anyway, unless you're on a farming plot, which you raise the porosity of, but you can't create your own farmland. How do you increase the area covered by your flag for decay protection? The guild boundary marker is done by putting certain resources into the guild boundary marker, and then let me build some more of these. Let's build, how many of these can we build? 16, we don't need 16. Let's build 4. You don't need to... I forgot the bloody question now. Oh, decay protection. So your actual personal boundary cannot be made bigger. It's not something that's in the game. How many plants can you grow in 6 planters? It says 6 is the max. Oh god, is that a wolf? Hello, Wolfie. Instant dead. Welcome, Wolfie. Thank you very much. What to sell when your markers for the most coin? What to sell in the marker? Honeysuckle, resin, some of the higher tier standard ingredients. You can't make crafted stuff. Officials back up. Are people joking, or is official back up? Let's have a look. Let's see if my guild has announced it yet. Karma General. My Discord doesn't seem to be updating anytime soon. Rip, rip, rip. Yep, that's always just going to happen. It's the most annoying thing in the world, but what can you do? Top 3 tips for new to PvP player on official server. Pretty please, asking for a friend. Top 3 tips for PvP. Get friends. Tip number 1. Being a solo player on a PvP server is a nightmare, and you'll likely get raided on a daily basis by people who have a lot more people who can gather more resources. The server's not up right now. Solve back up, but not working. Yeah, that's been up for ages. Like, it's just the login servers have not been opened up yet. We still have 4 minutes, guys. You're jumping the gun a little bit. Can I join your server? This is not my server. This is a random server called twzgaming.net. If you want to come and join over there while we're playing. It shows up, but it's a reconnect state yet, so it's semi-up. They're just testing all of the data and stuff as it comes in while the server's up. So, top one tip, get friends. Number 2 tip, go build in a place that isn't good, because then you won't be able to, people won't be trying to fight you over the area. Tip number 3, when you go and build a base, build it in an area with a lot of cover, a lot of foliage, and never farm the resources around your base. Build your base in the forest, build it in the trees, and just never go out of the way to farm resources, so your base will be covered and it's very hard to see in the forest area, the rainforest, etc, etc. That's probably the best bet. 6 minutes until it's going to be calm. Beat you up, calm down, people. I'm getting the shakes, man. I'm totally addicted to this bloody game, and it's going to ruin my life. All right, it's going to ruin it. But I'm going to have lots of fun ruining my life. It's fine. Can you tell what the game is about? I bought it an hour ago. Surviving, PvP, eating, like I didn't do a minute ago, and then getting one shot by a wolf. Build your base, defend your base, make friends, build a bigger base, collect more materials. Just standard survival stuff. Iron Liver, greetings from the Philippines. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Totally agreed. If you're a competitive guild, is there any reason to stay in a PvP county if we can just stay in PvE and stay relatively safe from raids? I mean, you can stay completely safe from raids if you're a competitive. A lot of the competitive guys have a big group of people that are just standing around gathering and crafting on PvE servers, gathering all the guild coins. Those guys that got magistrate early are getting so much taxes that they don't have to worry about the cost of transferring goods from one server to another. So that's what they're doing. That's just basically the way it is. I would say also, if you want higher construction of materials, make small outposts somewhere high up. Yes, you can do that as well for gathering resources and bringing it back to your hidden little base. So you can do little day trips up to areas, have a little like 1x1, 2x2 with a chest in it to gather your materials. Survival, make friends and make no PvP, just friends, and say hi to everyone and work together and be nice. If there was a survival game like that, it would be single player. And it has NPCs that are nice to you. When you set on the guild marker, does your limit grow with level? It grows with your guild level and upgrading the boundary marker, depending on how much that is. Are there going to be any AU specific servers? Right now, currently, I do not believe so. I wish there was for my Australian cousins to be able to play on a decent server with decent ping. But currently, you're limited to the US and Asia, unfortunately. I'd like to see some sort of guild tax to fund the guild easier. Guild tax is one of the biggest things I am pushing for with the developers when I'm talking to them about what I'd like to see in the game. Guild taxes need to be a thing. Like, they just need to be. You can't always, like, rely on the 3 or 4 players that are willing to give you 10k copper coins. Like, we have a lot of guys that just put money into the guild wallet, but that doesn't happen on a lot of guilds. A lot of people are in guilds, excuse me, but playing for themselves, and it's just not a not having a guild tax mechanic is a nightmare in my eyes. Wait, can you go back and forth between PvP and PvE all the time? Yes, you can. There's an hour timer between jumps. That's all there is. You can jump between PvP and PvE whenever you fancy it. As a solo, can you... as a solo, you can raid with NPC warriors. You have trained, correct? Yes, you can. You can even get them... You can get them to target specific doors and everything. So, like, you can get them to target a specific wall. If you get the maximum in your command skill, you can use up to, I believe it's 4. They took out one of the perks, so it's only 4 NPCs now instead of 5 that I know of. I'm pretty sure it's only 4 now. And then you can stick them all with iron weapons and get them to raid for you. It's pretty cool. Wait, you can go, yes, so blah, 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 as a solo player. The servers are not open for me right now. They're not open for anyone right now. Accidentally joined the Asian server when I first started, and now I can't transfer to any new server. It just says cross server error when I try to change to another one. You have to, so if you look at a map, we'll go into the territory map. That's the wrong one. Territory map isn't open on the server. Bloody hell. So you'll get the actual map on the thing, and you'll hover over what server you're on. There'll be a white line around. Now, adjacent maps and tiles do not mean the ones that are attached to it. It only means the ones that have a small castle symbol on the white line, and you can transfer from that server to the next server. And if you have a specific server in mind, say you want to go from Asia to 27 in US, you're gonna have to jump each individual server 1 hour wait time at a time until you get to 27. I'm on a private server now currently, yeah. What can you can take absolutely anything in the game with you when you transfer servers, absolutely anything. It has a cost of copper coins per item. And if you start bringing stacks of stuff over, a stack of 500 grass, for example, is 1 copper coin per singular item. So it's 500 copper coins just to bring 500 grass. So don't ever bring resources that are easily gatherable. If you want to bring over your good horses and good NPCs, then yes. If you want to bring over a base you've pre-built to go onto PvP or a different PvE server, then yes, you can do that. And it does end up costing a bit. We moved a decent amount of a base from PvE to PvP on like day 2. And it cost us about 9,000 copper coins to move the whole thing over. How level 19 was like 5 minutes ago. Private server, yes, exactly. In PvE, you can loot other players' campfire and mining huts. Is there anything else you can be looted that needs to be protected? Your guild buildings need to be protected. They can go inside any of those, except for the boundary marker and your guild depot and stuff. You know the huts and the sort of the guild farms, the guild mining place, the guild lumber, and from the collection points, they can also be accessed. Your farms can be stolen from, all that sort of stuff. They cannot access anything else though. Just to be safe, I'd put locks on all of your stuff and set a password to it if you're worried about anyone having access to it. Our guild is looking to start a county battle. Have any idea how they work? Yes, you go into the menu, go into the event menu, then you pay copper coins. The amount of copper coins you spend, the person who puts the most amount of copper coins to attack the magistrate wins the chance to fight them. When you go in there, you need to bring weapons, you need to bring armor, you need to bring siege, and you need to attack them in an instance battle. If you win, you get magistrate. If you lose, you don't. 150 people watching. Amazing. Watching me talk crap while I grab bushes for like an hour. How long have we been live now? A decent amount of time. Decent amount of time. Hit that like button, folks. Thank you very much. That'd be amazing if you guys could. Any tips on the granary building? The area seems to be blocked from building and is problematic. You need to kill all the NPCs there. If you're talking about the guild granary building, you need to kill every single NPC there, including the gold bordered doody majig. And then you can build it on there. there's any other questions, please feel free to ask, because I'm really bad at just talking to myself. So the questions are really helping. Did you get your Twitch drop PJs? I did indeed. We go in here, you click enter wardrobe, and it's not there because it's on a private server. But when you do this, you have to click this for clothing effect to be open, go into here, and you click on the PJs there, and you will always have PJs on when you don't have the armor up. I assume they don't apply to private servers. No, they don't. That doesn't apply to private servers. So the strategy would be to farm in PvE, good horses, NPC to take over PvP. Everything is 2 times on PvP. There are more chances to get better horses, more chances to get better NPCs, more resources, higher proficiency rate in how much proficiency you get on is all 2 times on the PvP server. So there is a valid reason to be on there and a reason why we stayed on there. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, PvP have resources bonus. Yes, among other things, there's a lot of different bonuses on the PvP server. Hey man, just want to say I love your tutorials. Thanks a bunch for those. You made me buy the game. Well, I'm really glad you have come over to the game. This game needs as many people as it can get. It's a really great game. The developers are doing a really good job, and I haven't had such a smooth launch on an early access survival game ever. Ark was the most fun I've had in an early access launch. Like that was one of my best experiences ever. Finding out that I could tame a Dilophosaurus on the beach and send it off to kill people that are running around naked on the beach. That was the good old days. Taming thousands of dodos for them to be useless. What weapon is best for PvP? Right. This is a age-old question, and I will do a guide on this eventually about what the pros and cons of each weapon are. Currently, if you're on foot, use a one-hander. Everyone's using polearm. Polearms take time to swing. If you swing and hit someone while they're swinging a polearm, it will stagger them and stop them from swinging. So running up and hitting them consecutively with a one-handed weapon, a one-handed sword, one-handed mace, you're going to be stopping the guys running around with their meta polearms from hitting you. The downside is it's hard to hit people when you're on horseback. So polearm, having a secondary polearm on horseback is very nice. If you're going up on foot and you're going up against a guy on a horse, then using a polearm will knock them off the horse. It can stop the horse in its tracks so you can beat them to death. There's a lot of different things going on with that. Bows do a significant amount of damage, but do require a hell of a lot of bloody materials for the higher tier arrows. Like, it's ridiculously high. It needs to be changed. Otherwise, bows will become pretty difficult at the end game unless you have a guy running around just making arrows for you. Crossbows, dog shit, don't ever use it. I hate the crossbow with a passion. It takes too long to load, even though it has a stronger hit, a longer hit, and you can aim it more precisely. I am not a fan of the crossbow. If you see a PvP, if you see an NPC with a crossbow, run, because they will literally, if it's a higher level than you, it will almost one-shot you. Is it wise to block a farm early on a PvP server? Build on whatever farm you fancy. Farms are massively important. You need those soybeans to make vegetable oil. Those vegetable oil will be able to help you make any of the iron plus weapons and armor. You need vegetable oil to quench, and then eventually you're going to need quenching oil to do some of the higher tier stuff. Servers are now up in the commandery list. Let's go have a look. See if there's anything being said. They're telling me server's up. So server is up for everyone. Everyone can jump back in the game. So don't know much other than you can craft it. Yes. So basically, craft a high quality rain through or you won't be able to take the horse. The best way, just before, because we're going to end the stream here in a bit because the servers are back online. I want you guys to be able to go on and play. We will be doing more live streams in the future, and I'll do more question times. I won't be running around in bushes and stuff, though. I'll actually do some progression on the mind melting server, so it'll be more interesting to be able to watch, and we'll build up a base together. There may be chances for you guys to join me on certain things. We'll have to see how it goes. The best way to actually find a fine horse is to jump on every horse, and if the horse kicks you off with a standard basic rein, then you've got better than a standard horse, so you'll always have a better than a fine horse. It's the best way. Lost character. Nah, just kidding. Don't screw with me like that. It seems to be up. That's disgraceful. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go over and see what's died, what's alive, and see my account if it's disappeared. If you have any questions, please join my Discord. The link for the Discord is in the description. You can ask me any questions you want. DM me whenever you fancy it. We'll be doing live streams at the weekends for this mind melting server. We'll go over there and we'll do some stuff. We'll build whatever we're going to be building. Going to try and get a little RP stuff going on. More guides will be coming out tomorrow. Will be the tips and tricks video. Then I'm going to do the buildings video. Then I'll have a best base locations video. My top 5 personally in the area that has good resources, etc. Those are all coming soon. And then we're going to be working on a lot of the guild guide content. So make sure to like and subscribe if you would like to see more Myth of Empires content. This is taking over my life. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for coming to the live stream. Catch you guys later.